The last two letters in the 2 o'clock family are G and Q. And boy, are those two letters similar. In fact, if you loop them the wrong way, you might turn one letter into the other. I'm going to show you which way to loop the tails on those two letters. Let's start with the G. I'm going to show you a printed G because a cursive G loops in the same direction on the tail at the bottom. So a printed G, you go down and you curve that way. You do the same direction, you go in the same direction when you loop the tail on a cursive G. So we start at the bottom line, glide up to that middle line, go to 2 o'clock, turn around, trace back up, come straight down like we're making an A, but keep going to the way bottom. Now loop this way and make a tail. Do you see how we went in the same direction as we would for a printed G? Let me show you again. Glide up to 2 o'clock, turn around, trace and connect, go down and loop and make a tail. 2 o'clock, up and connect, loop and make a tail. Make a tail. Okay, now Q. Here's a printed Q. When you go down, you go that direction. I make mine with a pointy part at the bottom just because, I don't know, that's my habit, I guess. But some people make theirs with a curve at the bottom. It doesn't really matter whether it's that point or that curve, but see how they're going? The tail is going in the opposite direction as the G's. The Q does the same thing in cursive. So you're going to go point to that bottom line, glide up to the middle line, go to 2 o'clock, trace and connect, go straight down, and then go curve to the front. Not to the back, but to the front. This curve at the bottom is the same as the one that we did for our F. They're the two letters where the bottom goes to the curves and loops to the front. So let me show you the Q a couple more times. Go to 2 o'clock, trace up and connect, straight down, loop to the front, and connect. And I tend to make my Q that very straight line down and then a curve. Whereas my G has more of a curve all the way around at the bottom. That Q is a little bit more straight and then kind of almost like a little bit of a belly. I'll show you them small. Going to that imaginary middle line to 2 o'clock. Going down below to loop back. There's my G. And then here's a Q. Straight down and go the other direction. Boy, are they similar. You really need to practice so that people reading your handwriting will be able to tell the difference between those two letters. All right, let's see. I think we know all the letters in the word quiet, don't we? Q, U, I, E, T. So let's try that. Here's my bottom, middle, and top lines. So I'm going to glide up to 2 o'clock, turn around, trace and connect, go straight down, loop to the front. Now I'm going to glide up and trace to make my U. glide up and trace to make my I. Boy, does that look like a W so far, doesn't it? That's why I think a W had that swinging bridge. Glide up and loop to make my E. Glide up to the top line and trace back down to make my T. And now I need to dot and cross. And there, now it looks like the word quiet. Q-U-I-E-T. Some of you might be wondering, boy, Miss Caswell, you don't usually dot your I's when you print, but you do when you write in cursive? Well, that word just showed you why, didn't it? If I didn't dot that I, it would be really hard to tell what those letters were in the middle of that word. Let's see. We could do the word, we could do the word grebe, which is a kind of a bird. G-R-E-B-E. So let's start with our G, glide to 2 o'clock, turn around, up and connect, head on down and loop to the back. Now glide up, little line, curve in to make my R, up, loop to make my E, up, loop to the top line to make my B, make a belly, swinging bridge, head to the middle line again and loop to make my E. There's the word grebe. I'm realizing we haven't practiced those R's in a long time. We should probably keep going and practice R's more often. So how about we do a nonsense word? Let's do the word grest. So let's G-R-E-S-T. So here's my G, looping the back way, glide up, little line, curve in, glide up and loop to make my E, glide up, out and then in to make an S, up to the top line and trace back down, pick up my pencil and cross my T. Whew. This is why it's really important to keep going back and don't just write the 3 words that I showed you. Write as many different words as you can so that you are practicing all the letters that you know. It's going to be a bummer if you get to the end of the alphabet and you can't remember how to make some of those letters. Although I suppose you could just go back and watch these videos again.